My name is Brian with the YMCA. I'm here with Moses, who sits at a desk, maybe more than he would like to. What we're going to focus on today is 3 or 4 exercises, stretching really, that are going to help Moses' body feel better. Things you can do either in the morning, before exercise, after exercise, before you go to bed. You could do it here at the YMCA. You can do it at home, at work, wherever it's comfortable for you. But we're going to focus on a few stretches. Lower body primarily, quads, hamstrings, core, a little bit of rotation, lower back, just to make sure our body's feeling good. All right, so the first stretch we're going to do, Moses, is a quad stretch. We brought a chair out to help us with balance, which is you can utilize just about anything at your home or here at the Y. So I'm going to pick up my right foot and hold it in my right hand. And as I get comfortable with the stretch, if you want to lean into it a little bit, you'll notice my torso's coming forward and I'm stretching my right quad. Now again, if you need the chair, we're using the chair for support, for balance. If you're comfortable without the chair, you're going to take that hand away. Just really small adjustments to make it more difficult if you'd like. So now Moses, I'm going to have you put your right hand on the chair and stretch your left quad. So the left foot comes up. Very good. And we're going to hold it for about 10 seconds just to ensure we get a good stretch in the left quad. Again, we're going to do this on both legs. But for now, Moses is stretching his left quad. Once that 10 seconds is done, he's going to slowly lower it back down to the floor. Very nice. And that's our quad stretch. So our second stretch is going to be hamstrings. We just worked our quads. Now we're going to focus on the posterior side of our body, right? Hamstrings in the back of the leg. Very common hamstring strains, pulling hamstrings, regardless of the type of exercise you're doing. So what I'm going to do is very slowly, my hands are going to travel down and I'm going to reach for the floor. If this is as far as you can get, that's perfectly fine. You might even be here, but notice my back is really straight. My shoulders are back. My head is moving with my torso. If you can come down even lower, that's great. We're pushing our hips back and we're stretching our hamstrings. From this position, I'm slowly going to come back up. And I'm going to have Moses do the same thing. So with your feet shoulder width apart, you're going to bend at the hips. Go ahead. And what he's going to feel here, notice again, his back is nice and straight. He's going to feel a stretch in his hamstrings. He's going to hold this for about 10 seconds. So we're just about halfway there. Back is straight, reaching for the floor. Hips are going back and the stretch is in his hamstrings. He's going to slowly come back up out of that stretch. Again, this is something you can do in the morning, on a break at work or before bed to stretch your hamstrings. So our last stretch is going to be rotation with our torso and core. So Moses shared with me that he spends quite a bit of time at a desk, but regardless if you're seated or you're doing strength training or you're doing cardio training, this is a good exercise to get your core muscles moving side to side. We're going to have a little bit of movement through our hips and also our shoulders. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to extend my hands out and I'm just going to rotate from side to side. My head is traveling with my hands. And from side to side, I'm moving through my core in midsection. Hips are turning just a little bit and shoulders as well. Again, just to get that rotation through the midsection. So hands are going to come out and with whatever range of motion you're comfortable, you're going to rotate from side to side. Nice. Nice and smooth. Head and shoulders travel with your torso. There's a little bit of movement here with his hips. If you're stiff in your back or hips, really throughout your torso, this is a nice exercise just to loosen up. We want our bodies to feel good, regardless of the exercise we are either doing or not doing. Last one there, good. And Moses finishes up. Nice work. So our last exercise, actually Moses just shared with me, is a great demonstration of a way to get your shoulders moving, either before exercise or maybe when you're sitting at a desk for a long period of time, right? So we're going to bring our feet just about together. My hands are at my side, and I'm going to reach up over my head and come back down and up and down. Great for range of motion of your shoulder, shoulder mobility, all the way up and all the way back down. If you can't get those arms together, this is fine. We just want to get that shoulder moving through its range of motion. So go ahead, whenever you're ready. He's going to bring his hands all the way up over his head, very good, and back down. So we'll do a few more. You notice he's actually getting a stretch in here in his midsection, in his lats and upper back. But again, this is really a focus on his shoulders. Great exercise when you get out of bed, great exercise before you go to bed, before you do any strength training with your upper body. If you're sitting at a desk for a long period of time, good to get your torso moving in a different plane of motion. Last one, very good. Excellent. Great stretch for your shoulders. So again, I'm Brian from the Y. This is Moses. Thanks for being here today. I appreciate that. We did a few things to loosen up your body. We want to make sure you're feeling good, whether you're exercising a lot or a little, right? So we stretched our quads, we stretched our hamstrings, we did a little rotation through our midsection, and we worked our shoulders. These are all things you can do either here at the YMCA or at home. Thanks for joining us.